at trekkingistrekking.com.
Are the existing rumors surrounding Michael Jordan actually true? Years of speculation concerning the NBA legend's racial preferences hid amongst the population. It began with a confession within his 2014 book release entitled Michael Jordan, The Life, by author Roland Lazenby. The book unveiled an image previously unbeknownst to his followers. The Michael Jordan racism controversy flourished as hearsay nonetheless, before the book's admission stunned both readers and non-readers alike. Most fans were caught in a disarray of defenselessness by the Jordan racist statement. All of this occurred during a time when, culturally and collectively, reality itself seemed to be crumbling. Today is unlike anything else the world has experienced. I mean, have you ever witnessed so many celebrities who expressed their contempt for someone due specifically unto racial differences? Surely this must be the new trend as the majority of the public adopts racism as the norm. Although nothing new, racial epithets have long been the undertone of many. For example, when you were minding your own business and someone or a group of a certain national origin triggers your innermost sensitive thoughts. Now, we mainly have experienced the aforementioned case scenario, and that is all right. Somehow people think differently, yet alike. Since those thoughts belong to you, however, you then decide that it'd be most appropriate to refrain from thinking aloud. For it is times such as these that wisdom proves its most virtuous. So instead, we shout the rude obscenities from within, and thus imploding a rather impulsive level of disdain. The potential notion of guilty persuasion sets in by our peers. Furthermore, when no one else is present to witness the spewing of irrationality, then morale and consciousness become perceivably irrelevant. Through awareness, the crossroads to which a person is rightfully deemed racist, as opposed to mistakenly using pejorative remarks to offend, lies underway. Perhaps the partaking of deep thought and subconsciously ensued gestures provide such a threshold, that being the measure of which determining a person's resentment of those not identical in the appearance of self. So, in other words, some people are by literary definition a bigot or a racist almost unwittingly. They are ignorant of the knowledge that is required towards comprehending the unavoidable variations of life's constructs. But in regards to the Michael Jordan racist plight, his story reaches far beyond the surface of downright bigotry and hatred. The same does not apply, however, for racist celebrities such as Justin Bieber. Yet somehow, Bieber is apparently an exception to the rule and otherwise exempt from reprehension. Rumors imply that the Michael Jordan quotes considered as being racist were intentional in diverting the Donald Sterling public backlash. America has overwhelmingly been on the cusp of massive civil unrest for its racially divided uncertainties. So, a champion figurehead of success such as MJ would only increase volatility within the minds of his brand's followers resultingly. I even read in a foreign publication while traveling abroad that Michael Jordan dislikes black people. This does not seem ironic given the growing population of black Americans of whom disregard those in affiliation with their own race. I found that typically it is more affluent blacks from the U.S. who seek division among others, perpetuating the often misled stereotypes. You know, the ones that the more economically challenged black people seem to hate. Now, I personally describe them as the quote-unquote Don Lemon types, and that's not a jab taken at Mr. Lemon either, for I'm only referencing the expression, of others' emotional spite toward the well-versed, collegiately inspired minority. All right. Now, say whatever you will about my prior indication, but marginalization sticks to some groups publicly more than others. But what if Michael Jordan just really doesn't appreciate the stigma created in the United States involving Black America? I mean, is he really to blame? Now, let's discuss the inevitable. Air Jordan racist shoes. From a certain viewpoint, a generalization of productivity promotes not the idea that the purchase of such costly items produces substance. In other words, the Black low-income community is perhaps the greatest consumer of Jordan sneakers. But for what purpose? Evidently, the Jordan brand has since capitalized on the associative priority that remains ubiquitous among Blacks, young and old. The entrepreneurial instinct senses it as a profitable demographic. Capitalism is all about opportunity, nothing else. As far as the accusations of self-hatred, Jordan obviously remains emotionally unstable. Think about this. Unto which race or national origin did the convicted murderer of Jordan's father belong? And did the man seemingly portray from within the public's opinion that stereotype implemented among American Black men? You know, the quote unquote scary Black guy, intimidating drug dealer type. Although the latter is not intended to excuse Michael Jordan's previously alleged remarks toward Black people, but only provide insightful detail. Case in point, if someone killed your mother or father, to which they stood trial, then how would you feel? Would you react emotionally? Or maybe you'd maintain your bearing and composure while growing irate internally? I think this would cause anyone under extreme public scrutiny to develop opposing ideas, especially regard the image therefrom the accused and convicted. Does Michael Jordan hate all Black people? Probably not. But he almost certainly holds a reasonable means in his case, all right, in despising others who've adopted a culturally warped sense of ideology and standard of living, or a criminal mindset. If you like what you just saw, then be sure to subscribe and click the link relating to this video.
Trekkingistrekking.com